Welcome to the 4th annual tour of Wood-Be House and Garden. Today is May 10th, 2026 in our Zone 9A garden. Happy Mother's Day. Today also coincides with the start of my gardening journey from 4 years ago, the day we moved in to this house. And in the beginning, my gardening ambitions were quite big. I had large aspirations, and the lot is large, but progress here is really slow. Maintenance is really overwhelming, and the deer are destructive. So this has been the year of embracing Wabi-sabi. Embracing imperfection and not trying to control everything. This front yard is a good example. I started, when we first got here, I thought, these driveways, they're really prominent. I want to hide them behind a screen of ornamental trees. But the deer had other plans. And this driveway, it's really big and it's not going anywhere. So new plan, make this the centerpiece. I'm going to add raised beds on both sides. I moved whatever durable specimen trees I have to this area and make that be the statement on this streetscape. That makes the rest of the streetscape a little bit easier. Now, instead of a deer buffet, we have a meadow of junipers. This is going to help stabilize the soil and control the weeds. And what more can I ask for? Functional landscaping. So the deer may have won here in the front yard, but I am building a fortress. Well, I'm building a deer fence. It's almost done now. It has 8-foot tall metal posts cast in concrete. It has a wire mesh in between the posts. And even though it's not quite done yet, it's already starting to reap some benefits. Now, here inside the sheltered backyard, I've started planting some self-propagated pieris, some Japanese maple, some of which I've grown from seed, which has been fun. Right here, I'm in the process of still filling in the fence. I'm putting in a cedar slat fence, not only to be part of the deer fence, but also a little bit of a privacy screen between us and the neighbors. Right here on this area, I moved all the Oklahoma red buds from the front yard to here, as well as the tiger eyes sumac. I think that they will do better once they're no longer completely bitten over by the deer. And my lupins, oh my goodness, persistence pays off. So I had started off with the 400 seeds that then resulted in only 3 plants surviving. And then with continued effort of trying to plant seeds, I think I have probably at least a dozen now. So my vision of filling in this large area with lupins, it may happen after all. Persistence pays off. Some deer have been getting in, even though we've reduced the number of deer coming in, just because there are some openings still in the fence. So my astilbes here in this screen, they were a deer's delight. The ostrich ferns, though, that was an interesting success story. They have managed to actually emerged this year. Last year, they didn't even register. The deer were so aggressively eating them that we didn't see them at all. So there are these glimmers of hope of what's to come now that the years progress and the years move on. We're now moving in to the front yard, which is the most formal part of the property. The laurel hedge still looking pretty sad. I think I say that every year. But this year we now have the deer fence sandwiched between 2 layers of the hedge. So I am hoping that this is the year that the hedge makes a comeback. Here at the Japanese cherry trees, I planted more self-propagated azaleas and also scattered cosmos seeds. Nothing's come up yet. On this side, I just planted that yesterday. It's a Morioka weeping katsura. I love the katsura trees. And I have plans here. This is grand plans. We are fixing the porch area. Ben is taking down the soffit. We're going to put in cedar soffit. And then there's going to be a really nice hedge of boxwoods, rosemary, some podocarpus. I'm excited, looking to see how that looks in the future. Next year, you'll see. The ginkgo tree now has a companion. It has a weeping hemlock and a rhododendron as a buddy. And we're now entering through the man gate of the deer fence. The front yard, it has such a different character from the backyard. It's very dry. It's very sunny here. As we move into the backyard, you'll see it's many more large mature trees and shady. I tried something new this year, some potted plants. I found some scattered potted plants from the yard, and I planted a Costco winter 4-pack for our Christmas party last year. We are now moving into the tennis court, or what used to be the tennis court. That orange string now marks the property line. We still have room on our side of the tennis court to have a pickleball court and a croquet pitch. So that's the plan in future. For now, our ambitions are a lot smaller. We are planning to just eventually finish the deer fence all the way around the front and then put some slatted cedar fencing kind of as a privacy screen. And then eventually take down this fence, which will be great because we took down the old apple tree to give this saucer magnolia a bit of room to breathe. And once the tennis court fence comes down, it'll be a really glorious view. We are now moving into the main lawn area. The kids' play structure there on your right. And we have at the south privacy screen, the rhododendrons that I had planted, and I have added more self-propagated red claws escalonia, some burning bush, and more pierres. I love the pierres katsura and the variegated pierres. They're lovely. They are such a solid plant. The evergreen, and they're a workhorse. And now we're going to try and I also had to replace 2 of the sagokakus. They perished, so there's 2 new ones. We'll see how they go. We're gonna try a new path into the forest. I tried this walk yesterday and I could not get the drone to follow me here. So we are trying a new way because I want to show you what we are working on here in the back corner. This is where we started the deer fencing. So we now have about 1,000 feet of deer fencing under our belts. So we've learned a few things. We started off here in the back corner by using a pounder to pound the posts in. And then we discovered actually digging the hole, putting the post in there, casting concrete, it just yields better results and it was easier. So sometimes it's surprising what actually works. So here in this back corner, we have planted 2 red dawn redwoods. There's one right there and one here. And they apparently like moist soil. So that is a good spot for them because this area, there's a natural stream, seasonal stream that happens just on the opposite side of this fence. And this is a nice spot, and it also helps to anchor that corner with something beautiful. I'll be so curious to see what they look like because they are apparently a deciduous conifer, meaning that they will lose their needles in the wintertime. We are now emerging out of the woodlands garden and into this area where I have a willow tree planted right in front of that fence. And this is one of these vantage points where you see the full length of the fence. It's this nice straight line. And I have to say, as an architect, I like structure. I like things when they are clean. So this is particularly pleasing for me. I don't know why. On the opposite side of that fence now, you have a forest of stinging nettle and blackberries. And all I'm doing there is just, as it's emerging on our side, trying to trample it, trying to keep it under control. And we'll see how that works in the long run. In front of you is our meadow of the sword ferns. We're just trying to mow around it, give the sword fern some space so that the weeds don't just absolutely take over. Ahead of you is our orchard and the hoop house, and I spent quite a lot of time on that orchard screen this year. I had sworn off seeds last year, but the Sweet Williams, they are that patch of green right there. They are coming along, which is exciting. And I had also put a lot of self-propagated, as you guessed it, Pieris and some other things into this area. So now we're going to maneuver into the guest orchard area. So inside the hoop house, I built a couple of tables, which is nice to get all my plants off the ground. Some squirrel or mouse is still getting up there and eating my dahlia seeds and my dahlia saplings. But it's better than having the slugs also eat everything off the floor. Some deer did get in the orchard and they did a pass of eating all the leaves off of all the orchard trees, which was annoying, but I think that they will flush out. Ben planted some vegetable bits right there. We are hoping to do the raised beds one day. That'll happen in the future. Here in this area, we worked on expanding this bed, and we have added some variegated, self-propagated Pieris and some I want this guy to continue following me. And we have some drift roses, and we have flowering quince in a peach color. And in this bed area, we have continued the expansion of, or I moved some of the sword ferns from that patch over there into this screen. I thought that would be a nice touch to have the continuation of plant material from one area to the other. I'm trying ranunculus seeds for the first time here. That will be interesting to see how it goes out. And also there's lots of patches of self-propagated fuchsias and heaths. So this area it's starting to come together. Right here is a bench I just added yesterday. This is a bench for Grandma Mary. She likes to come here and sit here and look at the woodlands. So I hope she likes that. And I added a series of flame willow twigs. I must have planted 9 or so of those twigs. I think a few of them actually are showing some life, but it is so easy with the hardwood cutting. So I consider that a success story. If I get a couple of plants out of some sticks, that is a win in my book. We're now looking at the large garden area or large grass area. And the grass, it really is such a maintenance chore. One day I would really love to get one of those grass cutting robots so that I could help tilt the balance a little bit more from maintenance to actual just enjoyment of the yard. We're maneuvering slowly underneath this magnificent canopy of this maple because this is where I did crash the drone last year, and I no longer have the insurance for the drone. So if I crash this drone, there's no more of these videos. That would be really sad. So with that in mind, we're actually going to take a slightly different path up to the house today because I want to avoid some of those really low-hanging branches. And we are going up to the pool this way. Seeing the kids deck up there, it's funny. I rewatched one of my videos from a couple years ago, and we had thought that would be our next project, but here we are. A couple years later, no progress still. So this has been this is a new vantage point for this area. And I am going to walk around a little bit and give you a little bit of a tour of what we have in this area. So the meadow, it's still, time is doing wonders. I haven't really done anything here, but the oriental poppies, they are starting to pop up and flush in. The lavenders are looking pretty good. Beyond that, here, the heaths are looking fine. No updates yet on the koi pond. That is still one day we will get to this and it will be amazing. The deer nips this Japanese maple again, but it's coming in. But this area, oh my goodness, I have been so happy to see. The sedums are coming in. The alpine thrift, they are just thriving. This thyme is filling in so nicely around those steps. I better hurry because I'm about to lose my battery for the drone, so I need to get to my final destination. So no more of these technical difficulties. Let's keep the show on the road. So for the last area that I want to take you to is the center circle, and it is located here behind this purple rhododendron. The drone always gets lost with that purple rhododendron. Let's see if it can find me now. And come over here. I want to show you something. There you go. All right. So we're going to follow me all the way over here. We're going to be in the center circle, and I'm going to tour you around of what we have here. So this is obviously guest house screen. It's just slowly coming together. I've added, these are pots of self-propagated azaleas that I'm planning to add here, and so I've also added some more Japanese maples, of course, my go-to. And then here we have more Japanese maples, more azaleas. And in this zone, we had some ferns and things. So there you see the purple rhododendron, the other side of it. The pool house still looking just as disheveled as ever. Oh, there I am. Hi. So let's keep moving with me. And then we are going to end our tour here. So wow, what another fantastic year. It is so fun to live here and be here and garden here. My kids are now entering kindergarten, and that's going to be a big change for them. In the fall, they'll be off to school, my youngest kids. What an exciting phase. So I hope that you enjoy your gardening this coming year. Until next time, bye-bye.